Well, hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and a very Merry Christmas to you on this Christmas Eve 2023. So here we are with the very last set for the heirloom calendar. Now this came from Pretty Fabrics and Trims 2023 Advent box. Okay. So we've got 3 parcels, 2 of the green bags and 1 of the envelopes. Now this has obviously got bells in it, so this says a little happy extra. So the happy extra for this week appears to be 3 lovely big bells and some cord. Find out what we could do with that later on. So that's the happy extra for this week. This, I believe, will be the last of the iced cookies, the little felt dangles. Always desperate not to cut what's inside, but to try and save the envelopes, because the envelopes are so gorgeous, I'm going to try and use them in a journal. No, I think we were better with the knife, really. Cool, I'm making this a bit problematic, aren't I? So how are you all? It's Christmas Eve. I hope that you're with family and friends and everything is boding well for you for the season. This is obviously going to be my last video for this heirloom advent calendar. Yeah, it's the last of the ice cookies. So we've got a sleigh, a star, a snowflake, a candle, a gingerbread man and a bauble. There you go. And if I hold this up, you can see all the ones that we did. I am currently up to that point there. So I've got these 6 and 1 left from last week to do. So that's the felts for this time. And this is really chunky. I'm guessing this is the back fabric panel to put it all together. Yeah. So this is the wadding and the fabric to put, oh, and some thread to put it all together. So we've got beautiful linen there, which I presume goes on the back, and then we've got another, oh no, cotton linen, and then this is linen as well, and they're all wrapped in that beautiful wadding. So that's how it's all going to go together. So let's just have a little look. See, and then you can see, look, they've got the tree that we made before in the middle with all the little hanging iced cookies, and then we've got all of our pockets around the outside. And what they're saying is, well, there's no picture to show you, it's just basically how to back the pockets and attach it all together. And then they've put it, oh, they put the bells on a hanger, look, they put it all on a lovely old wooden hanger. I think hubby's got one of them in his wardrobe, I'll have to go digging. So there you go. So obviously I can't do any of that because we're not ready to put it together. So I'll put you on pause for a moment and I'll go and get my iced cookie felts and we'll do another cookie together, shall we? Stay tuned, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so as you can see, I've now got all the stuff that I need. This is the template that came with the kit. I don't know if I've shown you this before. So that is the white icing. That's the white icing, that piece there. And then this is the biscuit base there. Okay, didn't know if I'd shown you that before because I'm trying to share the whole kit with you. Look, these are all the ones that I've done. Okay, so we are now working on this last one of this, which is, I think we did the pine cone together last, didn't we? We're now doing this cup. So from the light green felt, cut the complete pattern, and then for and a little green heart and a white for that piece. So this is all felt. Okay, so from the light green, this is the light green, isn't it? Okay, so where's my pen? And we need to draw. Right, I like to keep this by the side so I can work out the size that I want. So basically, they've drawn a big, like, oval. So then that will be the top, won't it? That's the side and the bottom, like that. And then it's got a handle like that. Okay, oh, and a heart. We need a heart as well. So there's our heart. And then we're going to need a white piece. Here. That's going to be this bottom piece of the cup. So it's about the same size. I think we can always trim it. Okay, so let's cut out our mug. So here we go. And we need a little heart. Now, I said earlier that this was obviously the last one of these videos. I'm still going to have a lot more to do, so it will be the last process one, but I may well come back. In fact, I will come back at some point and do the equivalent of a journal flip through and show you it finished. But this is going to be my last video for Christmas. I'm gonna, oh, we've got a little nick in there. Does that matter? Is this too big? See, and then I can put it on there and just trim it round. Here we go. Here's our little mug. Okay, and then our little heart goes on top apparently. So I'm going to get a little bit of glue. Just find it holds it all in place for me. So put a bit of stick glue on there. Put our little mug topper on there. Then a little bit of glue there to put our heart on like that. Sorry, this is going to be my last Christmas video. Family and friends are around, and obviously it's Christmas time. I may pop in during Twixmas, you know, that bit between Christmas and New Year. I'm not going to promise anything because I'm not quite sure how my time is going to work out, but you may get a little surprise video in the middle. If not, I will see you in 2024. Goodness me, that feels odd to say. Raring to go with new projects, both in stitching and in paper. And I wish you and your family the very best of Christmases, happy time and joy and, you know, love and all the things that we want at Christmas. I wish them for you and your family. And I would like to thank you for, I'm getting all slushy now, aren't I, supporting me during 2023 with your fabulous comments that have kept me inspired and enthused. Because I tell you, there are times this YouTube lark can get you down, both in the amount of time that it takes and the negative comments. And sometimes you put up what you think is a fabulous video and it gets very few likes. So, you know, your support and your lovely comments keep me going, keep me inspired to do it. Okay, so we've stitched the mug together. Oops. Now we need to put the mug on the icing. Just trim this before we stitch to it. Okay, trim that top plate on a bit. Now I just want to use this green thread to stitch down my heart, and then you've got gold thread, I believe that is. I think I'm going to do a little bit, no I'm not, it's too many layers. I thought I could do a little bit of blanket stitch around there, but it's not really going to work. So we've got so many layers. Ow, stabbed myself. Ow, ow. I'm just going to put 3 little stitches in that, I think. There we go, got our heart with a little sort of circular pattern from them 3 stitches. And I think it says using beige thread. That looks like gold to me, but it's obviously not. Okay, to make it look like cocoa apparently. So we're now I'm gonna round that off. That looks a little bit square to me. That's better, isn't it? Okay, so now we're going to take this brown thread and we're going to make our cocoa. I think I'm going to actually do this double, just give us a little bit more, you know, stability. So I'm going to start about there, so you can just see the rim of the cup. I'm going to come up. Now it does say to do it in satin stitch, but I've got to be honest and say satin stitch is not one of my fortes by any means. So I'm just going to do like a back stitch, and then I'm going to feed through, so it's like a whipped back stitch, like that, and then I'm going to go again, so across there, there we go. We need another little one there to join that up and make it look sort of oval, and come through there and do my whip stitch again. I'm sorry, it's so tiny in my fingers you probably can't hear it see it properly, can you? There we go, and then I just feel like we need one there. See, as usual, I'm making it up as I go along. That's what I do. There we go. It's our hot chocolate. So now this is going there. So we'll finish this off. Bring those threads down. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there. That smells too much. We'll put that there. Now, we need to obviously go round with the green again to stitch this mug down. So and I'm thinking I might cheat, and you know me, I have to make it my own. Put some steam lines coming off, so I'll find a piece of white thread and do some steam lines. Right, so that's now attached. I know it looks weird with the blue lines on, but of course I've got to iron them all off before I finish up. So that's done. That's done. We can snip them like that. How would you do steam lines? Let me think. You'd sort of do a like that, wouldn't you? That's what I'm doing anyway. So I'll thread off some white. And again, I think I'll do it double so it has more emphasis. I'm going to use this big needle. Pardon me, just because I can. And of course, as usual, I'm filming ahead. It's not really Christmas Eve, but the children are off on their Christmas holidays, so there's quite a lot of noise in the street, although I'm surprised because it's raining very heavily here, so I'd have thought most people would have been hiding indoors, but apparently not. So double thread, and again I will whip over this, but with the same white thread, just for more emphasis on it, because it is, you know, white on white. Okay, so this is this one, and then we'll just whip through there and back under that one. It's generally easier, I've got to be honest actually, if you use the back end, because you don't catch the fabric. But then sometimes you can't get the end under the needle, at the end of the needle under the thread. Goodness me, I can't get my words out now. So it is easier then to obviously use the normal end. You just have to play it by ear, as it were. Right, that's the last one. So then down and back up. And now we'll go back up the other one. I don't know if you can hear that tap tap tapping in the background. That's the rain. Very wet, very miserable. Right, back up. She says, back up. There you go. And we'll do our little whips round again. You can also keep going from the same side. I do like to swap sides. I just think it makes it. See, I've caught a thread of the fabric there. And that's why it doesn't pay to use the needle end. That's better. Right, okay. Down through that one. Back up through that one. And then down to the back. So we've got two little steam lines. Piping hot cocoa, just what you need on a winter's day. Okay, cut that off. And now we are going to cut the top of our icing. Excuse me, got a bit of a tickle. And then we'll cut out the big one, the biscuit. And I'm glad that we got the template, you know, the plastic template, rather than a paper one, because I will use this again and again. I think these make fabulous little tags, or it will do. You know, a little bit of slow stitching or whatever to dangle from your journal, or even a way of signing your work. We talked about signing our work before, haven't we? Now I've cut that very badly, look. So okay, some of our little bits gone. This is going to go on here, but before we do that, we need to sew our string on. So get our little hole. Where's our string? Here it is. So what about that much? Trying to keep them all equal, obviously. Poking that through there. Like so. And then I'm going to take my white thread, separate it back to a single, and then we're going to stitch this hook or thread into place and then sew it to our biscuit base. So I'm catching the felt, but I'm obviously not going all the way through. I don't want that. Okay, so that is stitched in. Do a wrap, and now we can stitch it down to our biscuit. So again, a little bit of glue. I just find it keeps it central. The first few that I did without the glue, they moved around a bit and didn't really end up where I wanted them. Okay, so our last knot, and our blanket stitch to hold our icing onto our biscuit. So that means I've now finished 18 of them, because I've done all of the 3 previous weeks. I just need to do this fresh 7 that we've opened today, and I'll leisurely do that over the next few days. I stitched the first 12 pockets, so I just need to stitch the other 12. We made the Christmas tree together, so now it just remains to do the other 12 pockets, do the other 6 cookies, and then we need to string it all together. It's interesting, look, because this is a bigger needle, it's leaving all those holes, which is not in the ones that have been done with a smaller needle. But to be honest, I don't mind that. In fact, I like it. I'm wishing now that I'd done them all like this. Hey ho. So I'm hoping to get it finished over the Christmas holidays. Don't really know why I've given myself that deadline, but I'm not going to pressure myself to it. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's fine. I can finish it through January. It'll still be ready, won't it, to hang next year. So, and I think the way I'm going to use mine is that I'm going to hang all the little ice cookies on the tree and put a mini gift in all of the pockets, and then on the day that you pull the little gift out of the pocket, I'm going to put the ice tag in the pocket. So the pockets will always be full and the tree will gradually get emptied as we take off each day the little ice cookie. Now obviously if I was a baker, I could fill the pockets with little ice cookies, but I'm not a baker, so that's not really going to happen. Talking of baking, I've been to see the lovely Denise this morning because it's our meet-up day, and I have to tell you that she's just won the sausage roll making competition. So she's got a new nickname. She's now the sausage roll queen. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to bake in front of her, am I? Because that's going to get me in all sorts of problems. Whoops. She said she thought it was the smoked bacon that did it. So perhaps that is the answer. I'll have to give it a go. Do like a bit of smoked bacon, that's for sure. So we're nearly there. We've reached the neck of the far side. And then round, under, back. I've not stitched the top curve on any of them. I don't know why, it was just the way I chose to go. Funny noise in the street. Sounds like somebody's pushing a cart or something up the road. And then through and out. Do you remember I did this? And then a sneaky little stitch, but it's not going to be so sneaky with this needle, is it? And then snip that off there. So there you go. There's our little ice cookie. I'm sure it'll look a lot better when those blue lines are not on there. I'd like to say a huge thank you for you coming along and spending time with me. If I don't see you again in 23, I will definitely see you in 24. Love and hugs to you and your family. Stay safe. I'll be back very soon. Ta-ta for now.